In this video, we're going to take a look at similar figures. Similar figures are shapes or figures or diagrams that have the same shape but not necessarily the same size. So one's going to be larger or smaller than the other. The ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides in similar figures are proportional. So for example, if I notice that 64 is to 64, the 55 is to 55, and the 61 is to the 61. These are the corresponding angles. The angle measurements should all be the same. And then if I go through, then if I look, then this side should be proportional to this side should be proportional to this side should be proportional to this side. Those are what are called the corresponding sides. So if I set them as a proportion, they should be equivalent. Symbolically, since they're not congruent, they're not equal, they are similar, we use this little wavy symbol as a way of saying that two figures are similar. So let's look at what this whole idea of proportionality means. What does it mean to be proportional? If, for example, I say that these sides, this side is 2, this side is 5, and this side is 6. I might say then this side is, let's say this side is 8, this side is 24, this side is 20. So if I say this angle is congruent to that angle, this angle is congruent to this angle, okay? Obviously, then the third angle would also have to be congruent. Okay? I could set up a proportion. I could say then this side here is going to be similar to this side. Those are the corresponding sides. So I can say that 2 is to 8 would need to be equal to what would happen if I then took this side here and made it congruent to that side. So that the fact that 6 is not congruent is similar to that side. Those are corresponding. If I take the cross products, which meant here I do 2 times 24, and I get 48. Here I take the cross products, or the Hart method, I do 8 times 6, and I get 48. If these are equal, it's a good sign that that's congruent. Now, just to make sure, what would be helpful is then if I took this side and this side as well, if I check the fact that 5 is to 20, and said, well, is that equivalent to 2 over 8? Once again, do cross products. 5 times 8 is 40. 2 times 20 is going to equal 40 as well. So that checks. And just to be sure, I could do the last combination of 5 is to 20 and make sure that ratio is going to be the same thing as the 2 over 8. I'm sorry, I already did the 2 over 8. Let's go ahead and erase that. The 6 is to 24. Okay, so if I do cross products, I get 5 times 24, which is 120. 6 times 20, you get 120. So in this case, all three proportions check out. These are proportional. So I could say if this is A, B, C, and this is D, E, F, I could say triangle ABC is going to be similar to triangle. I need to make sure I match up the corresponding points, the corresponding angles. So it's going to be D, B is here, so E is here. So triangle DEF. This would be the statement that they are similar. What happens if they're not similar to that? Let's make this ABC, and let's make this DEF. Okay. First of all, I could tell if if the angles are not the same, then it's not going to be proportional. But I could also prove this. For example, if this is 3 and this is 4, and let's make this 6 and 7, I can prove that these are not going to be proportional. If I say it's triangle ABC, similar to triangle DEF, if I take the corresponding sides, 3 goes with 6, okay, and I want to know, is that going to be equal to 4 to 7? Okay. If I do the cross products, 3 times 7 gives you 21, 6 times 4 gives you 24. These are not equal, so these cannot be similar. Okay, these will not be similar. The reason being is because they're not proportional. So the reason why I chose this example in particular is the fact that I can say, oh, from 3 to 4 I add 1, from 6 to 7 I add 1, therefore they're going to be proportional. No, it's about what is the scale factor that you have to multiply by. So I would have to multiply by 2 here. So I make that second triangle 2 times as large. Therefore, I also need to multiply this by 2, which will not equal that 7. So these will not be proportion. These are not proportional, these are not similar. So anyway, hopefully this has been clear, and this is what we're going to work on the next couple days.